Guys, fellas, come on now. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. This isn't how we want to finish things up, is it? It is. Guys, don't you make me stay another season.
Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the disaster that is the 2033 Chicago Cubs. It is not going well. We've won 9 games since I saw you last about a month ago, and we are now back below 500, not top of the division, and struggling quite badly. Now, Segura, that injury we saw at the end of last game was serious. It's essentially season ending at 3 to 4 months. He might come back if we make the postseason, but that's looking increasingly unlikely. And I've made a decision. If this season isn't going to go well, then we're gonna come back for one more. And the reason for that is there's 105 million to spend next season. So whoever it is, and what I think I'll do, because there was a suggestion by Chris, I think in the comments, to sim ahead and see how somebody else does for a season, particularly with such a massive rebuild on the cards. So I think what we'll do, this is of course assuming that I don't get sacked, or the team focus is win now, and we're very much not doing that. We'll come back for one more season, but we will play this season out for now as if it's going to be absolutely fine and we're going to make the postseason. So let's catch you up on what's been happening. We have done some trades, and the purpose of these trades was very much to try and shore up the bullpen. So the first man we got in, these are off, but like minor, these are basically minor league deals, and for guys that I thought we could use now. So Uel Amento, we left arm, which is crucial, into the bullpen as a setup guy. Yeah, he basically replaces Segura in that role, and yeah, I think he's going to do fairly solidly. You can see he's never played higher than A ball, which is perhaps concerning, but perhaps why we got him for just a minor league player as well. So it's a big step up for him, but we're going to trust him that these attributes are accurate, and he's going to do a job for us. Only 23, so it's maybe a little bit of a risk. Next man we got in was Bubba Taylor, because it's not, are you really a team if you don't have a Bubba? And so we've got him in. Now he's going to start for now in AAA. My plan was actually to bring him straight in for Gallagher, who's been absolutely terrible, but I'll give you a spoiler alert of the next trade. We have traded away Gallagher. So yeah, again, he's not played, he's played a little bit of AAA this season, 9 innings worth. So he's done well in the Mets, wasn't it? I think we got him from the Mets minor league system, so we're going to give him a little bit of time in AAA, but as soon as someone in our major league starting rotation starts to poop the bed, then we'll get Bubba straight in there. And the other trade that we did, as I said, Gallagher left. Now, he's a useful pitcher. He has been a useful pitcher for us, but ERA of over 6, he was actually getting worse this season. So I decided to bite the bullet on him, and we traded him to Cleveland, as you can see, where no doubt he'll go on and win the Cy Young this season. And the player we got in was Jack Roddy. Now, he's on $10.5 million. They are keeping 75% of that, so we're paying about $2.5 million, a little bit more perhaps for him. Now, he was slightly higher rated when I traded for him. I suspect they may have had him listed as a relief pitcher. Yeah, that's more like the guy I traded for. But we'll see. We'll see what we get out of him. He is in the starting rotation for now. As you've already seen, we do have Bubba waiting in the wings, so if he doesn't get the job done as a starter, then that's fine. Why did I just change him? DH. You're not a DH, mate. Don't worry. Don't panic. Nobody panic. Lever. No. What are you doing? You're a starting pitcher. This is going well. Anyway, that's Jack Roddy. He has started games for Cleveland and Kansas and done fairly well, so I'm hoping that he'll come in, and he can't be any worse than Gallagher, he says, but surely not. So that is the trades. Now, let's go and have a look at how we've been getting on. Now, of course, we left off with this solid win at Pittsburgh. We then hosted, it was hosting Pittsburgh, wasn't it? We then hosted the Diamondbacks. We won 2 of 3 against them, including one the next inning. And then things essentially went wrong. We only won 1 of 3 in New York. We did win 2 of 3 in Miami, which was good. An extra inning loss as well, which is a bit disappointing. But we lost a 2-game series at home to Cincinnati, a 3-game series at home to Oakland. So that's 5 losses in a row. If we tick over to July, Toronto came to town, and thankfully we got something out of them. We won that series 2 of 3. We then won 1 of 4 in Atlanta and 1 of 3 against city rivals, the White Sox. So, yeah, a little bit of a disaster to take us into the All-Star break. And have a bit of a closer look at the standings here, and we can see that, we're the worst division in baseball, and we're second in it. So, not great. Not great at all. But if we look at the league leaders, there's no one for us there. it's a really strange league this season. It's actually almost infuriating in that for both leagues, like both American and National League, the bats are absolutely dominating both divisions. That the top three batting averages are over 330, and we've not seen that before, for a long, long time. And it's, of course, the season that our bats have gone a little bit cold on us. So, yeah, that's obviously not ideal. Let's have a look at the pitching stats. And well, we can see here we've still got we've got 4 of the original 5, and Roddy, let's hope that if he can pick up that Cleveland form for us, then the starting rotation starts to look very formidable indeed. We're giving up on a few players here. Joswiak is still around because he's a left arm that has done well for us in the past, but that is pretty much the only reason. We've moved Sandy Gaston into use less often, and we just need to hope that he will eventually show up for us, really. Although his FIP is only 2.96, so that would suggest that his ERA is a little bit unfortunate for him, I think, wouldn't it? I think FIP and ERA are sort of, they must be sort of similar. So maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on him. But yeah, we can see everybody else there. Cabrera is still being magnificent, and we just got to hope that Amento comes in and sort of follows his lead. But it is a bit of a step up that he's trying to take. Now, if we look at the bats, and we have made some changes here. You will notice Giordano has come back in for Ramue, who was just not doing anything at all. And Ramirez, Alejandro Ramirez is in. He has come in for Cooper Pratt, who was, again, he just needs to go to AAA and refine himself, I think. So those are the 2 changes, and we're going to hope that they do okay for us. Bobby Patterson is definitely getting his season back on track, so that's excellent news for us. De Leon is not batting well, but at least he's got his WAR back up above a negative. So yeah, it's not great reading the batting, is it? And it's that in itself is really disappointing. The other perhaps concerned is Cronquist, who is got a negative WAR. Now we know he's not the greatest catcher, and the bat is no better than Ballesteros. You could even argue it's worse than Ballesteros. So that is maybe a trade that we've done that hasn't quite worked out for us in the end, unfortunately. Now, let's have a look at the All-Star teams. So if we have a look here at the American League All-Stars to start with, now there's not too many names that we're going to recognize here, which is, I always think, a good thing, because it means that I'm not trading away good guys, I should say. But equally, we've had a few situations now where we kind of had our hands tied because we've not had the money to be able to keep players. Obviously, with Vlad becoming a free agent and De La Cruz leaving, that changes. And the National League side, now, surprisingly, I think, only 1 Cub. Now, that's not because we've been doing well, but because I thought our pitchers probably should have had at least 1 or 2 in there, but yeah, anyway, that's fine. But our representative was rookie sensation, we've got to say at this point, Luis Peralta. So well done to him. And, I mean, he's arguably saving our season right now because, he's stepping in and he's doing the job that De La Cruz more or less was doing for us as well. So, yeah, huge for Peralta there. So let's have a look at the game itself. And it was a good day for the National League as they ran out 6-4 winners in extra inning, a 3-run 10th. Campusano looks like he hit a home run to get that done. Now Peralta, he did come in. You can see had a pinch hit, 1 at bat, and he struck out. So maybe not a memorable first All-Star appearance for him, but hopefully the first of many. If you want to have a look at how everybody did in the pitching side of things, then there we go there. But of course, there was none of our boys involved on that side of things. So yeah, not great. I'm not going to bother with the first-year player draft because we're not going to see any of the players anyway. So let's go and check these lineups for our game against the Marlins. Don't bother standing Chicago, but you might be interested to know your Cubs are taking the field. At first base, it's Vlad Jr. At second base, it's All-Star Luis Peralta. At third base, it's Carson Messina. At shortstop, it's Khalil Watson. In left field, it's William McQueen. In center field, it's Ernesto De Leon. In right field, it's Bobby Patterson. Designated hitter is Mason Bracefield. Behind the plate, it's Billy Cronquist. And today's starting pitcher is Tim Weiskopf. All right, so yet again, the matchups look good. Now, this Chris Lazon guy is very, very good. We have made several attempts to try and trade for him, essentially with money. But I would love to have him in a Cubs shirt, I've got to say. But anyway, we've got Watson leading us off at shortstop. Peralta bats second at second. Then we've got McQuaid and Vlad and Bobby Patterson. We need this holy trinity to fire second half of the season. Messina, Bracefield, Cronquist, and De Leon in that order. And as I said, Weiskopf is on the mound. He has a 9.4 record, ERA of 2.92, and a whip of 1.29, and 12.9 strikeouts per 9 inning. That is very, very impressive, isn't it? All right, and here we go. So Laren will lead them off, batting 279 this season. And yeah, we'll just kind of see how we go. Like I say, their guy is very good, but so is Weiskopf, so it might be a low-scoring affair. But yeah, let me know what you think of the idea. We'll see how this goes. If it's becoming very blatantly obvious that we're not going to make the postseason, then I think what we'll do as France comes in batting 239 is just kind of whip through this season. We'll sort of skip over and end the season awards and things like that, and just go on to the next season. Because I think 104 million is going to be... this team obviously needs a rebuild, as Weiskopf gets his first strikeout. And I think we could have a little bit of fun with that. And I think what I'll also do is I'll kind of save and split it, and then see what the AI would do with the similar sort of team. Now, the perhaps one slight issue is that when I check upcoming free agents, as Khalil Watson pops one out into left field. And Peralta will come in now, batting 323, an 0-2 pitch. And he grounds it to the shortstop and is thrown out at first. Yeah, there's not a great deal of free agents. It's not a great year for free agents, as McQuaid will come in batting 264. Now, he's got his 1,500th career hit, which is going to be added to there. He is now... he also needs 2 RBIs to go 9th all-time for the Cubs in RBIs. So, yeah, like I said last time, he is just going up and up in terms of all-time greatness at the Cubs. As Vlad... Oh, he's robbed. He's robbed. Vlad has got his 400th career home run since we saw him last as well. So again, one of the greats. And it'll be Weiskopf to face Rodriguez even, who's batting 235 this season. It's a 1-2 pitch. And it is a strikeout for 108. And Encarnacion will come out batting 240. It's a 2-2 pitch. Weiskopf with another strikeout. That's 3. 140 for the season now for him. And it'll bring up Geronimo. And it's going to be a first pitch swing with 2 out, none on. And that is now 2 out, 1 on. And a first hit of the game for the Marlins. Alright, so it brings Paris in. So they got Paris and France. That makes sense. A 2-2 pitch. And that will do it for that. Strikeout number 4. And we'll have a bat now. Bobby Patterson to lead us off. Batting 272 now this season. What a change. He's sort of added 100 to his average, hasn't he, since episode 2 of the season. Messina comes in now, batting 226. A first pitch swing. Messina grounds it to the shortstop. That'll be 2 away. And it'll bring up Bracefield, he's batting 276 this season, but recently has gone through a little bit of a slump. So we kind of switched him and Patterson in the order, as he pops it up to end the second. So it is still scoreless. And it'll be Acuna batting 229 coming in for them to lead them off, a full count, and that is into left field. Should be simple enough for McQuaid, and that is 1 away. Kimura, who is batting 227, a 3-1, and there's a walk. So 1 out, 1 on, and it is Laren who is 0 for 1 today. And there's a double play ball if we ever saw one. 1-2, and that'll do it for the top of the third. Alright, so it's going to be Cronquist leading us off now. And he is batting 221 this season. It's a full count. And Cronquist strikes out. Yeah, I think... I don't know if I can justifiably feel this way, but I do feel quite let down by the bats. Cronquist, I think... I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I expected more from him. I expected him to be sort of like a 280 hitter. And we're obviously not getting that as Khalil Watson comes in now. A 2-1 pitch. And Watson pops it up. So we go to the 4th. Scoreless. It's going to be a low-scoring affair, this one, isn't it? Ty France is 0 for 1. It's a 1-0. And that is ripped into left field. And that is going to be a leadoff double as McQuaid has it at the ivy and gets it in. So, not ideal. And it's Ramos now who's 0 for 1. First pitch, Ramos pops it up into foul territory. Cronquist has it, and that is 1 away. Rodriguez, who is 0 for 1. A 2-2. There's 2 down. All right. Weiskopf is doing okay, cleaning up that first hit mess, isn't he? First pitch swing here from Encarnacion. Ground ball, fielded by whoever's at third base. Who was at third base? Messina. And ends at the top of the 4th. So Peralta now to lead us off. 0 for 1 today. It's a 2-2 pitch. And Peralta strikes out. So that is 1 away. In comes McQuaid, who's 1 for 1. An 0-2 pitch. McQuaid goes down looking. So that is 2 down. And in comes Vlad, who is 0 for 1. Robbed, of course, first time around. This time he draws a walk. So 2 on, 1 out. 1 on, 2 out for Bobby Patterson, who's 0 for 1. An 0-2 pitch. And Bobby Patterson thinks about it and then just trots back to the dugout to have a bit more of a think about it. We go to the 5th and we are scoreless. Geronimo, who is 1 for 1, has one of their 2 hits today and is struck out on 3 pitches. Weiskopf did not like giving up a hit to him last time, did he? It is Paris, a full count. And another strikeout. Oh, he's good, isn't he? He's very, very good. It is Acuna, who is 0 for 1. It's another 1-2 pitch. And this one is popped straight up. Messina's there, makes the catch, ends the top of the 5th. And it is still scoreless. It is Messina now. No doubt on a high from that wonderful catch. And strikes out on 3 pitches. 1 away. Bracefield, who's 0 for 1. Another 1-2 pitch. He strikes out his 7th. Has anybody hit the ball yet this game? It feels like nobody is. Cronquist. And he grounds it to the second baseman. And that was quick as well, wasn't it? We go to the 6th and we score. Imagine having a seat out here somewhere. You'd never see anything. Kimura, who walked first time around. It's a 1-2 pitch. And he strikes out. That's 8. How many strikeouts has there been in a row now between the 2 pitches? That's got to be 6 or 7, doesn't it? Laren, who's 0 for 2. That's not going to be a strikeout. And it is a ground ball, though. And Watson gets the play done at first for 2 away. And it brings in Ty France, who is 1 for 2. It's a 1-0 pitch. And that is a ground ball over to Messina to Vlad. And that will do it for the top of the 6th. Still, we are scoreless. It is De Leon now, who's 0 for 1. A 2-2 pitch. De Leon strikes out. That is 1 away. Khalil Watson, who's 0 for 2. A 1-2 pitch. Khalil Watson strikes out. This is ridiculous. In comes Peralta. He's 0 for 2. A 1-1 pitch. Peralta gets one up the middle. Our second hit of the game. And we have a 2-out single. Can McQuaid keep this going now? He is 1 for 2 today. An 0-1. McQuaid into center field, but that is going to be caught. And that will end the 6th. It is still scoreless. Weiskopf will go to Ramos, who is 0 for 2. It's a 1-0 pitch. And that is well hit into the right center field gap. And that's going to be at least a double. Patterson has it. And in fact, it's going to be a leadoff triple. And that is trouble. In a game where it doesn't look like there's going to be a run, we now have a runner at third with none out. It is Rodriguez who's 0 for 2. An 0-2 pitch. And a strikeout for 1 away. Weiskopf's 9th. And Carcione comes in. He's 0 for 2. First pitch. They walk him. Makes sense. Double play now will end the inning. And it is Geronimo who is 1 for 2. It's a 1-0 pitch. Oh, we've tried to pick him off at first, but he's paying attention. A 2-2. And a strikeout. That's 2 down. Can we get away with this without giving up a run? Weiskopf with 10 strikeouts. He faces Paris, who's 0 for 2. It's an 0-2 pitch. It's another strikeout. And we do pitch around a leadoff triple. And we'll have a stretch. Still, we are tied at 0. All right, welcome back. Vlad will be at the plate. Lazon will continue. It's a first pitch swing. Vlad into right field. He'll be caught. And that'll be 1 away. It'll bring up Bobby Patterson, who is 0 for 2. A 1-0 pitch. Come on, Bobby. Patterson grounds it to the shortstop. And that is an error. That is an error. We will take it. It's a base runner. That's all we care about. And with 1 away, can we work it around? Patterson is a decent base runner as well. Messina is 0 for 2. First pitch. There goes Patterson. He's not even close. It's the sort of game where you had to do it, didn't you? You had to do it. but he is thrown out, and now it's a 1-2 pitch to Messina, and he strikes out to end the inning. So 10 strikeouts for Luzon, and well, that'll do it for Weiskopf. He goes 7 scoreless innings. I'm pretty sure he had 10 or 11 strikeouts as well. So it is Cabrera. He is yet to give up an earned run in 15 innings of work. Now, no doubt, today will be the day he gives up that run, won't it? It's a 2-1 pitch. And that is down the first base line, and it's going to be a leadoff double. How would you feel to be Weiskopf? You've done 7 scoreless innings, and you're not on line for a win. Alright, it is Kimura who is 0 for 1, a 1-2 pitch. Cabrera, it's a ground ball to the shortstop, and that'll be 1 away. Runner stays at second. Larin, who's 0 for 3, a 2-2 pitch. Cabrera, it's going to be caught by De Leon. Runner will stay at second. That is 2 down. And it brings Ty France in now, who is 1 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. And that is into right field. Bobby Patterson should have that. He does. And we are scoreless still going to the bottom of the 8th. It is Bracefield to lead us off. Luzon will continue into the 8th. It's a 3-0. And the leadoff man is aboard. Now, unfortunately, it's Bracefield who cannot run. And it's Cronquist at the plate who is 0 for 2. A 1-1. Cronquist pops it straight up. And that'll be caught by the shortstop, it looks like. So 1 away, the man will stay at first. And it's De Leon to the plate. He is 0 for 2. It's a 2-2 pitch. De Leon, no! It might even be a double play. De Leon is quick, and he does get there. But 2 down, man at first for Khalil Watson, who's 0 for 3. Come on, Khalil. It's an 0-1. Watson gets it into the gap, does he? It drops in. Is De Leon going to go for third? He is. So, this is the closest we have come in the bottom of the 8th. We have runners at the corners and Peralta at the plate. He's 1 for 3. Come on, Peralta. It's a full count. And he gets it into left field. Is it going to find the ground? It is. And we've taken a bottom of the 8th lead. Peralta with the RBI single. It is 1-0. It is runners at the corners, and that'll do it for Luzon as McQuaid comes in to face Bryson Moore, who has an ERA of 4.66. 2 out. Runners at the corners. What can McQuaid do? First pitch. He likes it. What's he going to do with it? McQuaid into center field, and that will end it. But we have a 1-run lead, and I'm assuming Murillo will come out onto the mound to try and save it. He will, and he has got his 100th career save since we saw him last. So Ramos is first man up. He is 1 for 3 today. It is a 1-2 pitch. And it is a ground ball. Watson has it over to first. And that is 1 away. In comes Rodriguez, who's 0 for 3. It's a 2-2 pitch. And that is through. So, tying run aboard. Go ahead run at the plate with 1 away. And it's Encarnacion, who is 0 for 2. A 1-0. Gets away from the catcher. Tying run is now in scoring position. It's a 2-0 pitch. It is down towards third base. It is picked up by Messina. It is out at first, and runner stays at second with 2 away. Geronimo, they're down to their final out. He's 1 for 3. It's an 0-2 pitch. Come on, Murillo. Gets the strikeout, ends the game. And, well, that was tense, wasn't it? 1-0 in the end. So Peralta showing why he was our only All-Star, and at this point you've got to say presumptive Rookie of the Year as well. No wonder he's called champ. He is definitely that. So well done to him, and well done to us. So that moves us a game closer to 500, a game closer to the Brewers as well, it looks like. And yeah, well, what we're going to do from here is just see where this season goes. The plan, I guess, would be to come back somewhere around the Mets, St. Louis, yeah, sort of towards the end of August, and we'll just kind of see. But if it's looking as though the season's falling away, maybe we'll plan to come back for San Francisco. That's when we'll plan to come back. And if it's looking like it's not going to happen, then we'll just come back probably just to end the season or something. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll just play it by ear and see how the season's going. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and yeah. Let's hope we can go on a roll. We don't want to end like this, do we? We want to at least get to the postseason and stuff it up there. Take care.